All right, Hurricane fans, we're here at the Rotunda at Fitzgerald High School College and Career Academy. Hank, Bill, another Friday. You know, I noticed this uh, last night when Hank and I were talking. Hank and I hadn't done a breakfast with the Canes yet together.
How about a thank you to me for filling in for you boys?
I appreciate it.
That's called covering for you boys.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it, that's for sure.
That's why we got, we're versatile, Bill.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the equipment toter, the setter upper, and I'm the
That's
fill-inner.
right.
Is that right?
I tell you,
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Been on the road a little bit here lately, but glad to be back at Breakfast with the Canes, that's for sure.
Yep.
Guys, week 3 this week of the regular season and a big road trip tonight.
Yeah, first road trip of the year for the regular season. Looking forward to heading up to play a little Northeast Macon. Very good football team. Made it to the Final 8 last year in Double A. Got beat in double overtime by Swainsboro, who had a fantastic football team. So it should be a good one tonight.
Bill, every time I ask a coach, how is Northeast Macon? Without a doubt, they're big.
Big.
They are.
That's all they can say. They're big.
Well, you know, you're right, Hal. I've seen some film on them, and not a lot of film because they had a rain-out game and then they actually had week 2 off of the year. But Hal, looking back, the 2 games that we had some time with them, we played them in 2012 and 2020, and I think that it's the same thing. They're just big and they're physical and they're athletic, and it's going to be a challenge for our team. Being at our first road game of the year, but I think it's going to be a big challenge. Should be a good football game tonight.
Well, as you dig a little deeper with them coaches, because they don't like to give you too much information because they know I'm going to get on here and talk about it.
Okay.
Yes.
But
They go very big.
yeah, they're very big. I said, well, tell me some more. Well, they're very big. No, they say that this is the kind of team that can slip up on you, and if you don't play hard and you don't play discipline and fundamentals, we could have a hard time with them.
Hal, as we think back the last couple of years, as we began the playoffs and filled out the brackets, there's game 8, 9, and 10 of the regular season. Northeast Macon was always in the playoffs.
Yep.
So they've made some good runs in the playoffs in Double A, and I look for a big game tonight. Let's hope we've got a lot of fans planning on making that trip up to the Macon area. And I've talked a lot this week to some of y'all and some other folks. Macon is an area that we haven't visited a lot
No,
in the
not much
history
at all.
of Fitzgerald football. We've just not been in that area. The regions have not aligned that way. But I'm looking forward to going to a new stadium tonight.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm not sure where the stadium is. I ran into several Hurricane fans yesterday, and they said, "How about the stadium? You know, can you tell me where it is? Can you pick it up on your GPS?" I said, "My GPS rides with me." I said, "Bill knows where they all are. He just says, turn here, Hank, turn there." And I said, we end up right at the stadium. So I said, I don't know where it is, but I said, trust me, Bill will.
I bet you Coach McDonald will have us an address.
Yes,
and
I'm sure that he will.
We'll put that out there.
I'm
for
sure
everybody.
that he will.
But guys, we want to thank Mr. Bubbles and Southern Veneer for
Yes, we do.
sponsoring Breakfast with the Canes. You know, for years and years we did it at the field house.
That's right.
Yes.
And we actually had breakfast, and we actually had Canes.
Yes.
right.
But hey, y'all got to experience a class change.
We did.
We on a different schedule, on an advisement schedule today. So Hank and Bill got to see what it's the chaos that is a class change.
But it was
here.
a very smooth transition, I
Did you
thought.
notice how everybody just
The
sort of walked
roundabout,
around?
yes. They understand the roundabout.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys, when I graduated in 1972, the bell sounded different back
Yeah,
then.
it
Yes.
sounds a little funny.
Y'all got a different bell.
I'm
out
going to tell you now, when that bell rang, it reminded me of the old
Yep.
Grease,
Yep.
movie Grease.
believe that's
the
what
way
it
they
is.
where they hit, that's exactly what it sounded like to me.
You got Dr. Sims up there with the,
Yeah.
what you call the xylophone?
That's right. He's hitting it. That's right. You know, that's what the secretary in the office did in Greece. That's what it reminded me of.
That's what Miss Wallace is doing up there.
What was that instrument, Hal?
It was a xylophone.
Xylophone.
Is that right?
I think that's
Xylophone.
right. It's
yeah.
a xylophone.
Look
Look
at
at
that. I got it.
You got it.
Hey, well, let's take a break.
What if he can spell it?
No.
No. We can't
no,
spell
no.
it. I can't do math or spell. I'm just as surprised at work here as y'all are. So we're gonna take a short break, and you know, we're gonna highlight different areas of our school. And this morning we're going to talk about our visual arts program. And
very nice.
I got Miss Coach Aunt Lori Brown.
I see
she's going to
that.
talk to us a little bit about that. So you stay tuned for that. We'll be right back. Well, all right, Hurricane fans, we're back with Breakfast with the Canes at the Rotunda here at Fitzgerald College and Career Academy. And Hank, another morning, Breakfast with the Canes, getting ready for, you know, these are long days for us.
Yes, they are.
Get started, and we
started
even
early.
start school a lot earlier than we used to.
I mean
so it's
it.
going to be a
We all
real,
do.
real long day. But
It is.
somehow, when that band gets to kicking,
Oh, yeah.
and them cheerleaders get to cheering, and that crowd gets to pumping, and them canes come out of that
Yes.
out of that sign, it just all
It's a
goes.
lot of
All
fun.
the tired
Oh,
goes
yes.
away.
Without a doubt, you start getting a few
I know,
goosebumps. It's
I
time to
know
go.
it, I know it,
It's
but-
time to go.
But we're looking forward to a good game tonight. 7:30 kickoff. If you can't go, we encourage everybody to go, but tune in and listen to it on
Yes.
96.9.
We'll start the road show at 5:30, and
At
then of course
5:30.
kickoff will be at 7:30.
Yep. Well, we like I said, we want to highlight different areas of our high school, and this facility is amazing.
Yes, it is.
But so this morning we're going to talk about our visual arts program, and I love telling this story, and I'll let Miss Coach Aunt Lori tell the story of how the visual arts program got going. But it was truly a community effort, and the community, to talk about how things get done. This is a blueprint of how to get things done in the school system. Coach Lori, Miss Coach Aunt Lori. I call her Miss Coach Aunt Lori because she's my kid's aunt. She's the coach.
That's right.
She's Miss. So
That's right.
thank you for taking the time to talk to us this morning.
Thank y'all for having me. Yeah, so we started our visual arts program back here in Ben Hill County Schools 3 years ago. And I started out half day middle school, half day high school. The next year, full-time high school. We had a full-time middle school teacher, and this year we have a full-time teacher in each of our schools.
Yes, very
so
nice.
Really
That's
pumped
awesome.
about that. But
Yes.
the whole thing came about because, well, there's always been the need.
Yes,
you know,
without a doubt.
Pittsfield is such an artsy community, and when COVID hit, some things everything suffered. But we're doing a lot to revitalize that. But basically, you had 2 community members that took it on and made it their mission and accomplished that mission. But we would not have what we have today without Miss Cheryl Lucky and Miss Nancy Brinson, who came up with a plan and spoke to the board and pushed forward and got community support and got support from the schools. And
And it wasn't just we need art.
Right.
Y'all go do art because we need it. It was more of we need art, and here's why we need it. And there was research, they had it all together and talked about how it affects kids. And I think that's important for everybody to know.
well, one of my favorite stories from teaching, which this is year 17 for me, is back when I was teaching at Telfair County High School, and there was a kid. I'd had his brother before, but this kid, the whole first semester, you heard his name up and down the halls, and he was in trouble all the time. I think he ended up with 22 write-ups first semester. Second semester, I had him first block for pottery. And so he would come in first block, and I'd remind him, go see the nurse for a minute, and he'd come in and he'd put on his lab coat, and with pottery, you gotta knead out the air bubbles. So we stood up and we're banging clay on the tables. And so by the time that he was done with his clay and banging it on the table and kneading it out to make that pot, he kind of let some of that energy out.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up with 2 write-ups
Yes.
for the whole second semester because he had that escape, he had that
Right.
release.
I was gonna say, it's a wonderful deal. All
Yeah.
kids, enjoy different things. Some like
That's
to
right.
sing. Some like athletics. Some
That's right.
academics. We've got the robotics program, and some like the arts. I mean,
Yeah.
drawing, painting. Pottery. Singing. I mean, you need a good, well-rounded.
That's right. And
offering of all of it. Hal.
and I'm gonna say the names of the guys that I know.
Right.
That you got Haley Brady and you got Lathan Curry, and then there's a ton more.
Yes.
And welcome to call out names, but not that they would have been trouble, because neither one of those kids are trouble.
Right.
But what would they have done with their time
Right.
had it not been because literally those kids were in your class. If they were not anywhere, if they could come to school early or stay late,
Yes.
That's right.
or because that little block of class time was not enough for those kids.
No, and what he's referring to is so Lathan graduated last year. Both of them are students at SCAD. They'll be headed back next Wednesday. Lathan also played football.
Yep.
Yes.
As soon as football was over, he was in my room every day in the afternoon until I was ready to go because he just likes to be around
Right.
art. He's been here.
There goes
actually.
another one right there.
Yep, Zachary's walking by. That's one of my art buddies too. I got one behind the camera right there, videoing. Yep, Berkeville Walker.
So what in the world would those kids do if it's not for art? I mean,
Well,
it's,
and let
it's
me say this to you. We follow the creative process.
Yep.
We call it the artistic process. It can be called the creative process. But that really relates to everything.
yeah.
Where you're given a topic, You brainstorm,
Yes.
you research, and then you start sketching.
Right.
We relate to writing. I relate everything to writing. So you're going to come up with an outline. You're going to come up, your teacher's going to give you a topic, and you have to come up with those subcategories. You got to come up with a way to express those words. We're just doing it visually,
Right.
instead of writing it down. So, and it goes along with everything. And we do in progress critiques. We started last year. We have our AP art class. So we have it all year this year. We have a full schedule, full load, and we've got now where my classes are stacked. So, for example, in my drawing and painting class, 4th block, I've got drawing and painting 1, 2, and 3. So 3 levels of kids.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And this is one of the hottest things we got going. You see all the art
Yes.
that displayed, and we keep that. We've got Miss Brown in a sort of a hole
Yes.
back over there under the bleachers.
I've
but
seen her classroom.
It's
Yes,
it's a
Yes,
nice
it is.
classroom, but it's under the bleachers.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
but it allows for me to keep all my crap
Yeah.
everywhere.
That's right. There you
Nobody
go.
can see your mess.
Works out well.
But when the school was designed, this wasn't even a thought. So when we moved in here, we're like, all right, guys, this is one of the hottest things we got
Right.
going. We've got to find somewhere. So she's under the bleachers. But things evolve. There's things that we're looking forward to. So I guess one of the big messages I want the community to know is this is how you do something. This is how
Yes.
you get something done. You don't just say, hey, we need this. They ought to do this.
That's
You
right.
got to tell them why.
You gotta
Exactly
come up
right.
with a plan
And
of
you got to
action.
have a
That's right.
plan of action and how
That's
we're
right.
going to get to where we want to go.
That's right. And let me say this: this teaching art at Fitzgerald High School College and Career Academy is one of the most rewarding experiences, and I want to tell you why. And there's several reasons. Number one, the faculty and staff is awesome here. The kids are awesome here. I love being able to take students that have been making art their whole lives and teach them a little bit something new.
Yep.
I love learning from them. I love the students that are never going to be artists, but they love coming in my classroom,
Yep.
and they're going to graduate with a visual arts pathway,
Yes.
and they have the appreciation for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love the kids that have never done it before and come in and they get started and they're like, oh,
This is what I want to do.
Yes.
yeah. So our room is a safe place. It's for everybody. I have kids that say, I really want to take your class, Ms. Brown, but I can't draw. And I say, well, did you know how to do algebra before you
Exactly.
took that
Yeah,
class?
that's
Good
right.
point.
That's what you come for.
Very-
So
very good
anyway,
point.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Miss Brown, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Get back to work. I know you got somebody watching your class.
I do.
So we appreciate it. Hurricane fans, we'll be right back with more.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
I feel nervous, man. I done got nervous 15 seconds.
I'm nervous too, Lane.
Yes.
All right. All right, Hurricane fans, we're back here at the Rotunda at Fitzgerald High School College and Career Academy. Hank, we're joined by Blaine Jacobs, who is our theater teacher. Give me your
Yes.
official title, Blaine. What is your official title?
I'm officially the flunky.
The flunky. I thought that's what I was.
I was going to say,
that's my-
I got to
that's my
agree. I thought that was
Okay.
Hal's job.
Okay.
I am a director of theater. I'm
Okay.
I'm a theater manager, and I teach a theater class.
Well, according to Bill's reasoning, you don't get paid a whole lot because the longer your title,
Oh,
the
man.
more
Yes.
money you get.
I got 2 titles. I get you a whole lot right there. don't I? Hey, but I'm not complaining. I did it for 28 years for nothing for
Yes,
nothing. So I'm,
exactly right.
I'm wonderful. It's wonderful.
Well, Hank, I was not prepared for this morning, so I'm scrambling. And the two people that I talked to first about coming and talking to us this morning is Lori and Blaine. And so we're actually, what I should have done is said, I've got it all lined up.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the arts this morning.
That's right.
The visual
That's
arts
exactly
and the
right.
performing
That's
arts.
right.
That's
But,
exactly right.
but unfortunately, I told y'all I wasn't ready, and y'all know I was scrambling. So
Well, you did a nice job.
That's right.
but one of the highlights, we talked about the visual arts and we didn't have a spot for them, and she's under the bleachers. One place we had a spot for,
Right.
and we built is
Right.
this theater.
Right.
Blaine, talk about your new home here at Fitzgerald High School College
It
and
is
Career Academy.
unbelievable. As a matter of fact, I was here till about 9 o'clock last night with the stage front trying to get our lighting system starting. We
Yep.
still got some things to do. But it's state of the art, 457 seats. We have rear projection for a screen. We have ECI control. We have a Soundcraft board. We need to to add some equipment for some performance things, but overall, it is unbelievable. People will be amazed. The lighting is incredible. The sound's going to be wonderful. The seating is great. And we get to practice on the stage every day.
Yes.
You know?
I think that's one of the things that you and I have talked about that we are going to appreciate more than
Yes.
anything
Yeah.
is the fact that, the Grand Theater has been great for us
Wonderful.
for so long.
Wonderful.
But the reality is that place has a bunch of functions.
Sure, yeah.
And it's not all about us every time.
Right.
So we have to break down sets, Hank,
Right.
and build them back between practices, and it's just, this is going to be great because if we've got something going, we leave it up there and we practice,
Right,
and
right.
it's there. And if we did need to break it down, we push it back into that storage
That's
facility.
right. We have 2 backstage storage places, plus we have so much wing space, plus we have 2 dressing rooms that's in the back. Something we've never had the experience to do before. It's really, really nice that we can put kids on stage every day. We're in the middle of casting our one-act play now. I will tell you, we're doing a sister act is what we're doing for our
Oh,
one-act
that'll be
play.
awesome.
Yes.
That'll be cool.
We've never done a musical for a one-act play. It's a little bit risky. Some people like it, some judges don't. But it's been winning. Musicals have been winning.
Yeah.
So we're in a region with Jeff Davis and Sumter and other places we've never been before that are strong in the performing arts. We usually compete against 2 or 3 other schools, so there's usually 3 or 4 competing in our region. We have at least 6, if not 7 this year in our region competing in one act. So it's going to be a lot harder to win. So we wanted to do our very best to get our best show.
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of casting that. Should know that by Tuesday, and we have about 7 weeks out.
Now, we want to have you back so we can talk about the
Yeah,
cast whenever
Yes.
you get that done.
How many kids will be involved in this, Blaine, in this
Well,
one-act play?
last year I started last year with a class, fundamentals of theater class, and we switched it to an acting class, and then I have a actual theater tech class.
Okay.
So I went from having 12, 13 in the class. This year I have 26 in the acting class and 5 in the theater tech class. So we
Okay.
went from 13 to 31.
Very nice.
And most of those are juniors and seniors. So we're trying to build, we want to build underclassmen to come be a part of that. But it's hard to get a play that 26 kids are going to be on the stage
Yeah.
performing. But so we picked Sister Act. We have a bunch of nuns, and so they
Yeah.
can all be on there. It's an
Right.
ensemble
Very nice.
show, and so we picked that specifically so I can teach them. If I'm going to meet the criteria by which to teach
Right.
them in class, I need to put them on the stage. So I'm just super excited about that, and super excited that the kids have embraced the theater class. I got, like I say, kids have never been in there before. A lot of
Right.
I think I got 11 seniors in the class.
Really? That's awesome.
And like 9 juniors. So.
And you've got a couple that are just out there.
Oh.
And then when you walk in the room, they're there, and that is a theater kid right there. I mean,
Unfortunately, I got a room of them
Yeah.
at 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like it's a lot of fun in the room.
yeah, something like that.
and hey, Blaine's probably wishes I wouldn't say this, but the success of the program has a lot to do with the instructor.
No doubt about
And
that.
you take our engineering, for example, Rob Garber.
Yes.
There's kids that are they're not signing up for any of his classes. They're signing up for Rob Garber, and the parents are. We tried something new a couple years ago, and we said, and all the parents cared what does Garber teach. They didn't care what he taught,
Right.
but that's where I want my kid. Same thing with you. Same thing with Miss Brown. The success of a program all depends on you, and I think we did a good job of getting you employed here. Because when you got that what we just built,
Yes.
you got to have the man to
Better
run
doing
it.
something-
better be
doing something with it.
We better
Right.
be doing something with it. So
Right.
Blaine, great job in developing
Yes.
these kids. You've done it forever.
Right.
Now you're just
Exactly
part
right.
of the staff, and we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Well, and let me mention Barbara. I can't do any of this without Barbara. Barbara is,
Yep.
we go hand in glove, and she actually came for a couple of days last week in
I
some
saw her.
auditions and stuff. So
Okay.
she was here for auditions, and so we absolutely love it. We love teenagers, love being around kids. Of course, I always have. And theater sort of gives a kid to express something they never get to do anywhere else.
Yep.
It's a unique opportunity if they can be a wallflower, whether we can put them on the stage.
Yep.
It's amazing how they'll come out. So.
Well, Blaine, thank you for your time this morning. I know you sort of moved some things around
We're
to come
good,
talk
man.
to us.
We're
but,
good.
Yes.
Arts Day
Yes.
on Brepswood
Very
Academy.
nice. Very nice. We want to celebrate the entire
That's
school.
right.
Exactly
That's
right.
That's right. So we're going to be highlighting all the different areas of this high school soon throughout the year. So thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
And I do want to have you back. Let's talk about that cast.
We'll do it.
We'll do
We'll
that
do
at
it.
some point.
Right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Blaine.
Thank
right,
you,
Hurricane
Blaine.
fans, we got to see the head Hurricane, his own
Yes,
self
I
over
do.
there, standing next to that big F. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more Breakfast with the Canes. All right, Hurricane fans, we're back at the Rotunda, Fitzgerald High School, College and Career Academy. Hank, it's Arts Day.
Yes.
On Breakfast with the Canes. We talked to Miss Brown, we talked to Mr. Jacobs.
Yes.
And like you and I were talking about when we went off the air, you know, the thing about having a good program, a good pathway is the teacher. Is
Yes.
the key. And if they're excited about teaching it, then the students are going to be excited.
No
as
doubt
well.
about that. I completely agree. And if you've not come out to see the theater, the auditorium, whatever they call it, it's a showplace. Come out and take
Yeah.
a look. It's fantastic.
And it is an awesome facility, and you encourage everybody to come out and make arrangements because we in school. Don't
Yes.
just come out.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, I was gonna say,
I just
my-
invited everybody out.
I need to call and make
Yeah.
sure that it's okay.
Yeah, you need to call me
but
first.
check it out.
Yeah. But Coach Pruitt, thank you for taking the time to come talk to us this morning. Coach, I sort of set you up this morning when you walked up because I have talked to all your coaches. And I've been telling Hank, I said, every one of the coaches say the exact same thing when I say, what about this weekend? And Hank, I asked him, I said, tell me about Northeast Macon. What'd he say?
Big.
They're big.
Really big.
Really big. so I think we got the scouting report on.
Yes.
Coach, talk a little bit about tonight's game and how you think what we should expect.
Well, I think number one, we're bigger than we normally
Yes,
are.
we are.
But
Yes, we are.
You know, we're not going to be the biggest team on the field tonight. They got a lot of size. Starting on offense, 2 tackles that are both 6'7", 300 pounds plus. One of them's committed to West Virginia. I think they got 3 defensive linemen that are 285 plus. And then they got a lot of good skill kids,
Yeah.
you know, in the back end. So they definitely passed the eye test. They have not played a lot of football this year. Their scrimmage got canceled in the second half with Lightning, similar to ours with ECI. And then their opening game got canceled in the third quarter with Lightning. So
Wow.
we've really only got like 2 different halves of football.
Right.
They had a bye week last week, so hopefully we're in a little bit better shape. Hopefully we're a little bit more battle tested, and hopefully we're executing a little bit better because, like I said, they're big, they're good, and it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Well, you know, when you play a team like this, and one of the coaches said this is the kind of team that can slip up on you if you don't do all the little things right.
Well, I don't know that they're going to slip up on us. I mean, I know right now they're good enough to beat us.
Yeah.
We almost played them last year in the semifinals. They lost in double overtime to Swainsboro and probably had the better football team. A couple of special teams plays didn't go their way. And so you're talking about a team that's made playoff
Right.
runs and
Right.
got a lot of experience back and got a lot of size and got a lot of speed, got a lot of talent. And so if they beat us, to me, it won't be nothing that they slipped up
Right.
on us. They
Right.
just beat us, you know. And so we know what we're up against, and these are fun games. You
Yeah.
know, whenever you know there's a big challenge, you know there's somebody that's really good on the other side, and you kind of find out what you're made of.
Well, go ahead.
Well, Coach, I wanted to go back just a little bit to last week to the ball game. You know, a big win against Turner County. But what I wanted to bring up, what a great opportunity for a lot of the young guys to get out on the field. And that second half, I mean, those young guys looked like they were having a lot of fun, Coach, and did some nice things.
Yeah, those games are a lot of fun when everybody gets to play. You know, that's good for morale. All those young kids, they go to practice every day too,
Yes.
and most of the time we don't get a lot of opportunity to play them.
That's right.
So whenever we do, that's a great thing. There were a lot of smiles
Yes,
on the
there were.
sideline, and I think you really got to see some of the young talent we got in this program.
Yes.
I thought Victor Copeland, obviously his
Yes.
first carry was 75
Yeah.
yards down the home
Yeah.
I was going
sideline.
to say.
That was
yes.
a memorable one, but I thought, you know, Cam Johnson did some really good things running the ball. Wilson Davis had a really nice
Yeah, he did,
pass. And
yes.
so not only did they go out there and have a lot of fun, they played pretty well and gave us a little glimpse of the future.
Well, you know that one of those passes Wilson threw early, and when he got out there didn't connect.
Yes.
And I was telling Hank, I was like, boy, if he would have threw a touchdown pass in his first game, you wouldn't have been able to fit his daddy's head through the church house when he got to church Sunday morning. Because boy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish he would have caught that because that would. But those guys played. Little Cowan led the team down for a score. Did everybody get in last
Yes,
week?
I'm pretty sure we got everybody
That's
in.
awesome.
And like I said, those nights are fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yes.
don't get a bunch of them, and you're really not guaranteed to get any of
Yeah.
them. But, you know, when those old guys go out there and do what they're supposed to do, and the young guys get a chance to go play on Friday nights under the lights, that's a big deal for them.
Well, what I like is, you know, you talk about you know, you get out there and you work hard and you sweat and you strain and how difficult it is. And old Victor Copeland, you pitch it to him one time, 75 yards touch, ain't nothing to it, Coach.
Yeah, well, we knew he could run. You know,
Woo,
and,
can he?
He's a guy that's really coming on. Obviously, he's a freshman, so
Yep.
we got a long
Yes.
way to go with mastering the playbook
Right.
and being an every down back.
Yes.
I don't know that he's going to be that even this year, but he does have some elite speed, and I think you're going to see him more involved and try to have packages with him to go in there and do what
Yep.
he does, because he's got a gear that a lot of our other guys
Yeah.
just don't got.
Yeah.
He don't have it all figured out yet,
Yeah.
but he's got a gear that the other ones
Just
don't
get him,
got.
get him behind them.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to, put him in there and get him some touches, and then use him as a decoy here and
Yeah.
there. But just thinking about space, trying
Yeah.
to get that guy the ball, 4 to 5 touches in space, and
Yeah.
hopefully he can duplicate
Yes.
what he did last Friday.
Without a doubt.
Well, Coach, let's take a short break and we'll talk a little bit more about the game tonight. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Breakfast with the Canes. All right, Hurricane fans, we're back at the Rotunda here at Fitzgerald High School College and Career Academy, and Hank, it's Friday.
Yes,
Breakfast with the
yes, it
Canes.
is.
We about to head to Northeast Macon. Coach, I know you want to invite everybody to come up and be loud, because our home side has been doing a pretty good job this year. That
Yes.
they've been more people. I guess, Coach, when you're a state champion, people come. Well, let me go check this out. Let me go see.
The
Yeah.
stadium atmosphere has been
It's
fantastic.
been great. The music and the crowd's been up and yelling, and the
Yep.
spirit section, the band. It's
Yes.
been a home field advantage for sure, and our kids really feed off that. And then we got a pretty rowdy road crew
Yep.
too
Yes.
that goes with us, and it may not be always as big,
Yep.
but it's all the ones that are making the most noise.
Yes.
normally.
Well, the cool thing about our road fans is, obviously the visitor side's always going to be smaller, but we take more. I think we take more than everybody else usually
Yes.
takes, and it looks like a lot of times on these small stadiums, we pack their side out.
Yes, we do.
And that makes a huge difference. And I know you want to encourage everybody that those regulars, and let's invite some new ones to come with us tonight.
Yeah, it's a little bit further drive,
Yep.
about an hour and a half, hour
That's
and
right.
45 minutes, but it should be a really good football game and 2 top 10 teams, and a big road test for us, and so we definitely need a big crowd, a loud crowd, and hopefully it can be a great night for us.
Well, one thing we are excellent at is going on the road.
Yes.
And because we did it all last year. Coach, what's the schedule today? Just so people will know what our players are going throughout the day.
So we get them at 1:05 today. We're
Yep.
on advisement schedule, and we'll get a quick lift in, and then we'll stretch, and then we'll come right here to this beautiful rotunda, and we'll have an offensive walkthrough for 20 minutes and a defensive walkthrough for 20 minutes, and then we'll go in there to that beautiful theater, and we'll sit down and have a special teams meeting and go through all of our personnel, make sure everybody knows who's on what team, and have some offensive reminders and some defensive reminders, and then we'll get on the bus and go over there and pack and load our bags, eat pregame meal, have a devotion, use the bathroom, get on the bus.
Let's do it.
Yes, sounds good
Hey,
to me.
Throughout that whole story right there of what we do, we're using this school.
Yes.
I mean, this rotunda is big enough to do a lot of things
That's
in
right.
here, and I think I didn't know y'all were doing that, but
I didn't either.
that's a great use of this facility. And then the theater, it's not just art, performing art stuff. I mean, our football team, I go in there a couple times looking for Blaine, and I'm like, ooh, they're watching film in there. So, as long as we take care of this place,
Yes.
I mean, this is
Let's
this is gonna-
maximize what we have.
Yep,
I
and
mean,
I think
take advantage of it.
I think eventually more things for us will be out here, and we're just getting started out here on this property. And I think in the next few years, it's going to be we're going to have everything out here, and I think it's going to be great. And
Yeah, it'd be nice.
And Coach, appreciate you letting everybody know, what the plans are, because I think that's important for them to know that this place is being utilized.
Absolutely.
But Coach, thank you for the time this morning, and look forward to seeing you tonight. And go Canes!
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Hurricane fans, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. We'll get Bill back up here, and we'll wrap this thing up. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Hurricane fans. We're here at the Rotunda at Fitzgerald High School College and Career Academy. Bill, that's a pretty good breakfast with the Canes to not be ready.
It was. I think we've done it long enough that
Yes.
we just show up and do it.
We can make it work. That's right.
That's right.
But the arts at Fitzgerald High School are strong. Our performing arts and our visual arts, and I think that was a good highlight. And I hope everybody learned something from that.
Well, the best thing about it with this new facility, and even I guess right before we moved into this new facility, but we want to be able to offer as much as we can
Yep.
for all of our students.
Yep.
There's some kids that love music. Some kids that love art. There's some kids that like athletics. You know, some want to be academics, and some in the engineering program. I mean,
Yep.
you just want to offer as many things as you possibly can to see what piques these kids' interest and you know, gets them excited about coming to school every day.
Yep.
And you know how Breakfast with the Canes is not just the football Canes.
That's right.
That's right.
These folks are Canes themselves, and it's good that we can highlight a lot of different areas out here at the new high school.
Yep,
Yes.
I agree.
And how about a quick highlight for Mickey Helms for reminding us to tell
Yes.
you, you cannot buy tickets at the gate tonight.
That's
You will
right.
need to have your tickets when you get there. I think it's the GoFan
GoFan.
app. You'll need to buy your tickets on GoFan. They will not be selling tickets at the gate.
Hank, you and I might need a little help if
Yeah.
you and I are buying a ticket on GoFan. You reckon?
I'll get with Dee Dee and see if we can get that straightened
That
out.
means you need a little help.
Yes, I do.
Well,
Yes, I do.
that's a good idea to go ahead and get that done, get
Yes.
it knocked out, because they're not selling tickets. If you need that information more than what we just gave you, gofan.com. Go to our Facebook page at the high school.
Okay.
Coach McDonald had that posted earlier this week. So make sure you go get your tickets in advance, and all our regulars are going to be there, Bill. I'm sure some of them might need some help getting them tickets.
That's right.
But y'all go get your daughter or your wife or somebody to help you.
That's right.
Grandchildren.
Grandchildren.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. And before we get out of here, I would be remiss if I didn't wish my mother a happy birthday.
Ooh,
She is,
Miss Brady.
yes, I'm not going to give out any ages, but my mom's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
One of the nicest people that I know.
She certainly can be.
Yeah.
She's 1 year older.
Yes, she
That's
is
how
1
old
year
she
old.
is, 1
That's
year
exactly right. That's
Well,
exactly right.
I
Happy
tell you
birthday,
what,
Mom.
we appreciate everybody listening to us, and
Yes.
again we thank Southern Veneer,
And Mr.
and
Bubbles.
Mr. Bubbles Car
Yes,
Wash,
yes.
and, for sponsoring Breakfast with the Canes. They've done it for Bill. I don't know how long.
Long time.
Long
Yes.
time. Long
Yeah.
time. So thank y'all for sponsoring it. So let us come up here and talk a little football and
Yep.
talk a little bit of FHS CCA. So. All right, Hurricane fans, 7:30 kickoff tonight, Northeast Macon.
Yes.
All the address and everything is on the Facebook page
Right.
at Fitzgerald High School. College of Free.
5:30 for the road show.
Yep.
5:30 for the road show. 7:30 kickoff.
Yep, and everybody, if you don't come to the game, make sure you listen to it on WRDO 96.9. See y'all tonight.